And now it's time for Ask Roz and Mocha.
Episode 1196 of the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Thank you so much for locking it in and spending the next how many ever minutes with us. Much appreciated. Let's go to the phones real quick. Gwen, hello. It's Roz and Mocha. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. How's everything in Newfoundland today?
It's wild out here. It's wild.
What's going on? Why is it so wild out there? The weather?
It was snowing when we arrived. I'm from BC. I live in BC. It was snowing when we arrived. Now it's 13 degrees. And all last night we were screeched in. So some people are hurting today, including myself.
Wow. There you go.
Wow. When did you arrive?
We arrived Friday night.
Oh, so it was Friday night it was snowing?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And it was -6 when we landed. So.
Prepared for the cold weather or for the snow or anything?
No, I was wearing flip-flops.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
What are you there for?
Newfoundland's wild.
Just hanging out? Or did you
a
move
work,
there?
No, a work conference.
Oh, damn, girl.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you brought proper shoes.
I do. They were just packed.
Okay. So, Gwen, welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. What is your question for the room?
My question is, what is an object that you use daily that you can't live without? And I want to say don't say phones, because everyone's going to say phones. But
my answer's
something
gonna be
you
phone.
use daily that you can't live without.
Okay, what's your answer, Gwen?
Mine's actually a dishwasher, because I will never hand wash dishes ever in my life. So if I didn't have that, I would really be in trouble. I would be eating off paper plates.
But are there things that you have to wash by hand?
No, I will.
Oh.
I will literally wait. I will load the sink will be full of dirty dishes, and I'll wait for it to be empty. I just will never wash dishes ever.
But what about? I mean, I don't know if you use them or not. But for me, Tupperware, I use Tupperware all the time for the food that I bring in here, and I never put that stuff in the dishwasher. I just wash it by hand because I dry it and I use it the next day.
No, because I only have glass containers. I refuse to even buy plastic. I just will do everything to avoid having to wash.
What about a blender? You use a blender? Because I'll use a blender to make a protein shake, but I'll wash that by hand.
I put it in the dishwasher.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to, I don't think, but I just do it anyway.
Okay. Roz, what's your answer? If we're not allowed to say phones, can I say my laptop? I use my laptop every day or my iPad.
I even think those are cheats. I think that I think that when you say object, right?
Okay.
I even think a dishwasher is a cheat. For me, the thing that I use, the thing that I use every day, and I would be lost without it because I know when they've gone missing, if they're somewhere, are kitchen tongs.
Okay, sure.
Because I use kitchen tongs. That is my number one thing in the kitchen. Because I have big ones. I got skinny little ones. I have ones that look like they're no bigger than chopsticks that I flip little things around with. For me, everything I do is just it's kitchen tongs.
Okay, so I'm not allowed to use any tech stuff. I can't say my phone or my computer or anything.
Right.
I'm allowed to say toothbrush? Because I can't live without my toothbrush.
Yeah, you can say toothbrush.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going tongs over toothbrush.
Okay, I'm saying toothbrush, but also I'm going to tell you two items that I use that are also kitchen items.
Yeah.
That I use every single day.
Yeah.
So I got a peeler, like a potato peeler, right?
Yeah.
But I use that to peel my mangoes, the skin off my mango, because I will refuse to use a knife.
Okay.
I just think it's more efficient and faster to use a peeler.
Fair.
And also I have a orange peeler because I'll refuse to dig in with my fingers and break the skin apart. Right?
How precious are you that you can't live without an orange peeler?
Because the way I peel
that's
the
for
orange,
the streets. Yeah.
the way I peel, shut up, Maria. Also skulls,
Okay.
skin off of the ops.
Yeah.
So I get 4 even slices of the orange peel,
Right.
and then I can just evenly and quickly get rid of the entire peel in just 4,
How long does it take you to peel an orange?
2 seconds with a peeler.
No, but normally.
I don't
you
know,
got problems?
Longer, I guess. No, because when you try to peel an orange, sometimes it's you don't get all the peel properly, and it just breaks into parts. And I'd rather have 4 equal peels as opposed to 14 bits of peel.
I don't know. That to me that's a little precious.
Anyway,
That's a little precious.
So back to my answer, toothbrush.
Yeah.
Maria, what's your answer?
Can I say toilet paper?
No, because that's an essential necessity.
Yeah.
Okay. I would definitely have to say this one specific knife in my kitchen that I cut everything with. I will literally only cook with this knife.
What kind of knife is it?
It's called Tupperware. Like, you know the brand Tupperware?
It's called. You ever heard of Tupperware?
Hold on. What?
You guys ever heard of Tupperware?
No.
No, like, you know the brand Tupperware.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that
Maria,
knife. What?
You guys ever heard of that brand Tupperware?
Well, I don't know. There's like KitchenAid. There's
Tupperware.
Yo,
President's-
Tupperware been around forever. Hold on, let me look at this.
I had just discovered this.
Tupperware is so universal that like any container that has a lid, people just call it
But
Tupperware.
I just discovered that this year because my cousin in Greece gave me the knife and I brought it back with me.
Oh, okay,
It's like Kleenex.
I'm looking at these
Yes.
knives. Yeah, okay. So I
Yes.
thought they were like like plastic knives that you give to children
No!
so that they
Oh
can
my
still
God.
cut, but they don't cut themselves. But they're actual real blades.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
cool.
what do they cook with plastic
Guys, I
utensils?
discovered this really, really great company called Tupperware.
No,
Shem, go ahead. What's your
never
answer, bro?
mind.
I'm gonna go with probably my air fryer. Honestly, that's
How
what
much
I
you
would
air
probably
frying,
choose. Say it again.
How much you air frying?
Like every day.
Yeah.
Every single day.
What'd you air fry yesterday?
Yesterday was Sunday dinner, so I didn't have to air fry anything. But the day before, I air fried fries.
Oh, okay.
It's delicious.
Damn it, Maury, man of many objects.
My apple slicer.
That's the thing? Your
What's
apple.
with you guys and the slicers?
I was going to say toothbrush, but apple slicer. I literally use it 3 times a day.
Bro, how do you not know how to slice an apple?
No, but this it looks like a thing, and you line
Is it
up
made by
the
Tupperware?
apple.
Y'all ever heard of Tupperware?
Oh my God.
And you line up and you push down on it, and it makes it do its thing.
It
And it takes
slices the
center.
apple and keeps
Didn't you
the core.
say you had one of those too?
I
You do, and you
used
love
to.
it.
Oh, bro, it's so satisfying. It's like that apple so
Look
even.
at you sitting here like dogging on Maury for using an apple slicer.
Bro, I broke the last one we have. I
That's
just haven't
right.
replaced it yet.
Over the op's head, right?
I
Mark?
use it all the time.
How many apples a day are you eating?
I eat 2 apples a day.
2 apples. What kind of apples are you eating?
Well, Cortland, Macintosh,
Granny Smith.
Honey Crisp.
Oh,
Okay.
Honeycrisp is nice.
All right.
right,
Gala?
there you go.
You ever have Gala apples?
Those
you?
are great.
Yeah, they're nice.
All right,
They're
Gwen,
nice.
thank you so much. Enjoy your time in Newfoundland between Roz and Mocha. Who is your favorite?
Always has been, always will be. Hands down, pats down, Roz.
Hey, love you, Gwen. Have a great day.
Bye, thanks.
Bye. Melissa says here, now that the gross winter is finally gone, what is everyone's favorite thing to cook on the barbecue? Looking for some fun, delicious things to cook. Just got to barbecue some burgers today. It's finally nice out.
Interesting.
Roz?
Oh God! Like things to cook on the barbecue. Do up some Korean short ribs. Those
so
are
good.
always good. The little thin ones.
Yeah.
Right. Those are always good.
My go-tos are always what you just said: Korean short ribs,
Yeah.
Regular ribs, and burgers. Those
Jerk
are like my
chicken.
3 favorite.
I always like for me, I'll always do stuff that you just can't replicate in a pan.
Yeah.
Right. I don't cook steak on the barbecue because I prefer it in a pan. I don't do burgers on the barbecue because I prefer them squashed in a pan. But there's just certain things that you cannot do properly unless it's over fire, and one of those is jerk chicken. And I love jerk chicken. The other thing that I do is I'll buy whole wings. So with the tip on them and everything.
Yeah.
And then I go to the grocery store and I get the Swiss Chalet seasoning. And I mix it up and I marinate those things for a long time. And then I lay them all out on a separate rack that goes on top of my regular rack with smaller holes in it so nothing falls through on the barbecue. And then I crank up 2 flames and I keep these on an area where there's no flame. So I'm cooking them indirectly. And I get the barbecue up to like 500 degrees and I leave them in there and I roast them in the barbecue. And it comes out because my favorite thing with Swiss Chalet are those little wings of the tips of the wings where you bite it and it's just powder, right? So you wind up getting a lot of those.
Oh, nice.
Right? So it's like you have like 14 Swiss Chalet chicken wings. I like that. What else do I like cooking on the barbecue? Oh, you know what? Red onion on the barbecue is really great.
Really?
I love that. Oh yeah, I'll cut like 3 red onion, stick them on a skewer, and just barbecue them, and then Roxanne will just sit there eating onion.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's great.
David and Maury, have they opened up the barbecue on the roof of the condo yet?
Not yet.
When do they do that?
Probably the long weekend.
Okay. So what do you, I know you are the one
Yeah.
between you and Matthew that cook meals on the barbecue. What's your go-to?
Matthew loves when I do steaks, smothered in butter and stuff, but I love a good barbecued pepper.
Just a single pepper?
I love when you cut up peppers.
Oh, like a red pepper kind
Red
of thing?
pepper, green
oh,
pepper,
I
yellow
gotcha.
pepper.
I
Oh.
gotcha.
All right. Shem, you much of a barbecue guy?
I am. To add to what Roz says, I would also add sausages.
Okay.
Yeah, sausage.
Delicious.
You're
Corn.
right. You're right. Yeah, corn on the cob's really good on the barbecue. Really good on the barbecue.
Maria, what about you?
I love spadooch on the barbecue.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah, flank steak. I like doing those. And I'll say burgers. But just to preface, I don't barbecue. So people usually do these for me.
Fair.
Because listen, I've tried to barbecue, it ends up being dry or burnt, or I end up somehow lighting the thing and there's flame coming out again. And
Don't you want to learn, though?
I will this summer.
Oh, okay.
I will barbecue this summer and make it good.
Okay. We will all be there to test.
Okay.
We'll be the first ones to test.
Oh, you know what I make a lot of?
What?
Flank steak.
I love flank
I do
steak.
flank steak on the barbecue.
How about a mean
Love.
peach?
A peach? Barbecue a peach?
Honestly, air fry a peach.
Isn't that what Matthew said to you one time? I'm going to grill that peach.
You said that last night.
Oh, here we go.
Sure, big
Here
shocker.
we go.
Sure. Don't, bro, I got his number on speed dial. Don't make me do it.
Last night.
Jag says here, which way does the ceiling fan spin?
Well, it depends on what you want the ceiling fan to do.
Doesn't it just spin clockwise?
No, you can make it go both
You can
ways.
make
You
it
want
go
the air
both
to go
ways.
down or you want the air to go up.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
There's a reverse on all ceiling fans.
Really?
Why?
Yeah. Yeah.
Go down or up.
I had no
Yeah.
idea.
I
I always
go
thought
down.
ceiling fans just went clockwise, and that was it.
No. It depends on what you want to do. If you want to blow air down,
Yeah.
it goes. That's when you get the fan. But if you want to, like, if you are in a humid room or you want something to sort of like circulate the air, it will spin the other way and it sort of sucks air up and circulates it. Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Did you guys
So-
know that? Shem,
No,
Maria?
I had no idea.
No.
Yeah,
Wow.
no.
Haven't you ever noticed, like, the old school ones that had like the three little things that you pull?
Yeah, those are for
right?
the lights.
So one is
My dad never allowed us to like touch.
Okay, right.
If you
So-
want the fan on, tell dad.
Yes. So one was usually the speed. It was 1, 2, 3, 3 speeds, right? And then the other one was always a reverse.
Oh.
So you could change the direction of
Had
it.
no idea.
Really?
No idea.
Wow. I love ceiling fans. Oh my God. I
Kahan
love
says
ceiling
here,
fans.
Roz.
Yeah.
I just heard that you love dumplings.
I do.
How do you cook them? Do you boil them, steamed, fried?
A lot of food talk today. I do all of the above. Sometimes I'll make a steamed dumpling. Sometimes I'll boil them and then scoop them out with a spider and fire them in a pan of oil and crisp them up on the outside. Yeah, I do dumplings all sorts of different ways. Sometimes I'll deep fry them,
What's your favorite kind of dumpling?
like to eat. I like steamed and then lightly fried in a little bit of oil, as opposed to deep fried, where like one side is crisp, so one side is juicy, and then
Yeah.
one side you get a little bit of crunch. That's what I like with dumplings.
So good.
I love dumplings.
Let's quickly go back to the phones. Hi, Leah. It's Razamoka.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I recognize your name here. We see you comment on IG all the time, and you've been on the podcast, on the radio show as well, a bunch. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me back. I really appreciate it.
The whole team is here. Roz is here. I'm Mocha. Dammit Maury's here. Maria's here. Shem, a.k.a. Cheesecake, is in the building as well. Leah, what is your
everybody.
question for the room?
My question is, what movie did you watch as a kid or a teenager that you thought was the most amazing thing ever, but then when you watched it again as an adult, it did not hold up to be the same?
Like hold up based on questionable content, or hold up just you thought it was great and then you looked at it and it was a terribly written, terribly acted, terribly directed movie.
I think you could go both ways because I get what you're saying. I had an answer for both because I had one where I was like, oh, I thought this was really funny, and it wasn't when I rewatched it. And then there was one just technology-wise. I thought, ooh.
Okay, so
hang on.
let's go with the first one. What's your answer for the first one?
So my first one, when I watched it as a kid, I thought it was really funny, and then I watched it as an adult, and I didn't have the quite same sense of humor. I didn't laugh as much, which might be a little bit controversial, but Spaceballs.
Oh yeah, classic.
Yeah.
Right? When I watched it as a kid, I was like, oh, my God, these jokes are hilarious. I was thinking it would be more like a Naked Gun. And then when I watched it when I was older, I was like, oh, no, not so much.
Okay, and your other one?
My other one for technology, I remember watching it as a teen and thinking there's no way this could possibly happen with computers. And it was the movie The Net with Sandra Bullock.
Oh yeah, it's such a classic.
Yeah,
Oh, that
I
movie's
watched it as
so
an adult,
good.
and I'm like, oh, it's a floppy disk. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
What happened in that movie, Leah? I've never seen it.
Oh, she's this really advanced computer programmer, and she does all these things, and then she finds out that somebody's hacking something, but she solves it all by just
downloading something very quickly on a floppy disk, and then the whole problem is solved.
Yes.
Oh, movie over.
Yes.
Movie over. That was it. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, it's
Hour and a half, done and done.
Yeah, the net's one of those wild ones.
Yeah.
God, I there's so many like teen sex comedies and stuff like that I used to love, but also there was a lot of sci-fi that I used to love. Old movie called Beastmaster that I saw years later, and it was terrible. I used to be a big fan of Conan the Barbarian. I thought that movie was the greatest movie ever made. And then I watched it again, and like it was okay, right? But it certainly wasn't the greatest movie ever made. I would say for content, although I still really, really, really love parts of the movie, but there's just very without question, bad things. Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh,
And
okay.
I love Revenge of the Nerds. That movie was so good. Gilbert and Lewis and
when did you
the Tri-Lambs.
When did you watch it again?
So maybe like within the last like 8 years, 9 years kind of thing. It showed up. But, so not only do they break into the sorority house, because that's all it was, right? All these movies are about getting laid, right? And then the nerds were ostracized by the jocks. They took over their sorority house, and then they had to go live in the gym. And then it was nerds getting back at the jocks. And then the jocks were dating all the sorority girls. So the nerds were like, well, if we can mess with the sorority girls who are all the girlfriends of the jocks, then we win. And then so what they did was they snuck in at night into the sorority house, and they installed cameras everywhere in like the bathroom and the shower and everywhere, right? And then they went on a panty raid, and they stole all the panties, and then they took off. And then they went back to their nerd headquarters, and they just sat there watching the sorority girls like shower and get dressed and all this stuff, right? Terrible. And then there's another scene where Betty, who is like the head sort of sorority girl, and Lewis, who is like the head nerd, Betty was dating the main sort of jock, right? And it was like a costume party, and he was dressed up sort of like Darth Vader. And then so Betty goes into this room at the carnival, and then she's waiting for her boyfriend to come in, who is dressed as Darth Vader, but it was Lewis dressed as Darth Vader. And then Lewis comes in and fully has sex with her.
Oh my gosh.
While she's thinking it's her boyfriend. That's called rape.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
And then he comes up and he takes his mask off, and she's like, oh my God, I've never had it like that before. And he's like, you know what they say about nerds,
Oh my
right?
God.
So it was like there's just really questionable things in an otherwise fantastic film, right? There's so much greatness in Revenge of the Nerds, but there's some really questionable things, and all those movies were like that back in the day, right? Like all those movies had some crazy stuff.
Who wants to go next? Dan Mori?
I was going to say Fantasia.
Oh,
Fantasia?
yes, you're right.
Fantasia, and I was going to say Never-Ending Story.
Which one?
Fantasia is the Disney movie with no dialogue. It's the Mickey Mouse.
The Marching Mops.
He's
like a wizard, right?
Yes, yeah. In one
I don't know if I've
scene,
ever seen
he's a wizard.
The full movie. I've seen like bits and pieces.
Yeah, and what was the other one you said, Maureen?
I said Never-Ending Story.
Yeah, that's another one. That's another one that if you're, because you're so used to like those fantasy movies now are so like larger
Over the
than
top,
life
yeah.
something like Never-Ending Story you're right. It doesn't really hold up the way you thought it did when you were a kid.
Maria, you got an answer for this?
I was just gonna say Camp Rock.
Rock.
Jonas Brothers? No, not Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, they were in there.
Jonas Brothers,
It
right?
was just like I've watched it since, and just like the acting and everything.
Who else was in that? Was
the
Kelly
story.
Clarkson
Demi
in that?
Lovato
Demi
was in
Lovato.
it.
All them Disney kids, right?
All of them.
Zac
them.
Efron? Was Zac Efron in that
No,
one?
he wasn't in that one.
So funny, Maria. Name a movie when you were a kid. Camp Rock with Demi Lovato and the Jonas Brothers. Like, was I a father when this came out?
Probably. Shem, you got an answer?
Okay, I it might be a little controversial, but I was not a massive fan, looking back on it, of Ace Ventura: Pet Detective and
you
The
weren't?
Mask.
Oh my God.
I loved The
I
Mask.
loved them, but when
yeah,
you
yeah,
rewatch
yeah,
it,
yeah.
oh my gosh, those movies are terrible.
I choose The Mask over Ace Ventura any day.
Yeah, I'll agree, but I can't stand
Yeah,
either.
I think I watched
Really?
The Mask more than I did Ace Ventura.
I love that.
Can I add Weekend at Bernie's?
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Although I did watch that not too long ago too, and I still loved
It's
it.
Matthew's favorite movie. I've never laughed.
I love Weekend at Bernie's.
I will say High School Musical kept up to its
School.
That's Zac Efron, right?
Yeah, that's Zac Efron.
By the way, when Camp Rock 2 came out, I was a dad.
What year was that?
Camp Rock came out in 2008. Camp Rock 2 came out in 2010.
Yeah, I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Hey, Leah, appreciate you. Love you. Thank you so much for listening. I know we asked you before, but things have changed over time. Sometimes they can. Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Thank you for asking. My favorite is Roz.
Oh, yeah. Thank
All right.
you.
Have
No worries, no worries.
a great day.
You too. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
All right, we'll end on this question because I know we've had this question on the show multiple times before. I don't know if we've ever had this question since Maria joined the show almost 2 years ago. But Jen says, what's the correct way that a roll of toilet paper should roll? Maria, we'll start with you because you've never had this question thrown at you before.
What's the correct way that a roll of toilet paper should roll?
Yeah.
Over or under when it's on the thing?
Over.
Agreed. Over, Roz?
Over.
Under.
Wait, what?
Under.
No, it's
No.
always over.
Under.
No, then it just keeps rolling.
No, over is the way to go. Why do you say
Yeah,
under?
like you should be pulling it from the front.
That's what she said.
I'm just because well, first of all, under is the way that it's supposed to be.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I swear I thought throughout this has got to be Mandela effect. I swear I thought you had said forever ago, always over.
I don't know, but I'm just saying that I do. There's reasons that I'd have to do under though.
But it looks weird.
I
No,
agree.
it doesn't.
I
Because
think it looks
you
weird.
just put the fold at the back and it's fine, and then you just it's fine. But it's also when you have cats, right? If it's over and a cat gets to it and they start with their paws, the whole thing is going to undo.
Sure.
If it's the other way and they go at it with their paws, it's just going to keep spinning and
Backwards.
it won't all go on
Okay.
on the floor.
Shem?
Yeah, I'm with Roz. I go under for sure.
But
yeah.
you don't have
yeah,
cats.
yeah,
yeah.
Why
Yeah.
are you going under?
No, I know, but I just always put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Over.
Yeah, over.
Really,
Over's
eh?
See,
day.
I'm that person that if I see it under, like I will switch it.
I'm the exact same
Like
way.
I've switched it at people's houses.
Oh, you've done it at people's
thinking
houses?
that someone put it on the
Yeah,
wrong
yeah, yeah.
way.
Oh,
Also, when
damn.
you're sitting there and you're ripping it off, it's easier to pull and rip if it's over.
Sometimes I just take the thing right off and just put it in my hand and unwind a little bit and then throw it back on.
But your hands have
Yeah.
been uncleaned, like because they're.
Because they're what? Because I'm playing with it?
No, you touched you before. You pulled your pants down and
Wait,
now
with
you're
your
touching
hands
the
first?
roll.
Like,
Just don't.
Like I get in there and I make things before I clean up.
Okay, okay.
I craft.
No.
Roz, no.
Disgusting, bro. Okay.
Like
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening. This has been episode 1196 of the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Seeker app.